Alright. Kinda don't want to be on camera really. Oh no. I wanted to talk about I watched Halloween, the remake. The one with the little boy, when they showed him as a little boy. They showed him as the old one as a little boy, but like the one when I guess they showed his family and his interactions with his family before, like, he spazzed. I think they cut a part out because I remember him saying, they asked him why he always wearing a mask, and I don't remember hearing him say it on it when I watched it last night, because I remember him saying when I first watched it, I remember him saying he wear the mask because he think he's ugly or something like that. But when I watched it last night, I don't remember him saying that. Maybe because it was loud when I was watching it. I wasn't really paying attention too much, but I was trying to, because like when I was telling you watch your kids, they was showing what was the making of a serial killer. A lot of people kids right now, they have their kids, and their kids in the shit in the streets, they little Michael Myers. Niggas is scared of them, and they fucking, like, he started at 10. He caught his first bodies at 10. And the mask, they kept showing you, like, when he put the mask on, he was hiding himself. And that's when he went off. Like, he was the nicest little kid without the mask. He was like a normal little kid trying to get attention from his mom. Pay attention to that. He was trying to get attention from his mom. His fucking sister was damn near following the same path as her mom. And the purest thing in that family was the baby. He didn't treat the baby bad. I mean, he did do that animal shit, killing the animals, collecting animals, then killing them and shit. Start over some psychopathic shit. But go back and watch that movie, y'all. I could talk about it now. I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody done seen it already at least once. Pay attention to every time he fucking put that mask on, cause every time I'm watching it with a lens now. The first time I watched it, I don't think I was diagnosed with schizophrenia yet. But now I'm watching it, I'm seeing shit, and I'm picking up on little shit that I didn't pick up on before. Maybe because there's a little bit more knowledge now. But I'm picking up on shit. I'm paying attention to every time I see him with a fucking mask on. Like, he blinks the fuck out. Not just blinks out. It's like he's in trance. He turns into a whole nother motherfucker. And before he even killed anybody, he was wearing a mask. And he was getting teased by his, I guess that was his mom's boyfriend. And listen to the way she let him talk to her. Like, this nigga was very, very disrespectful. And I know a lot of y'all kids see this shit in y'all houses. Y'all see y'all mom's boyfriend just talking shit, damn near similar. I hear, and I'm not even in everybody's home, but I know niggas talk like that to their baby mamas or their significant others in front of the kids. I hear a lot. I hate niggas do it in front of me, so I know they do what they. I could imagine what some of these kids hearing in their homes. Like, it's fucking ridiculous, and the kids is listening to that shit. Y'all causing little Michael Myers to run around this motherfucker's taking bodies and shit, getting bodies, taking names and shit. It's a whole generation of little Michael Myers. A whole generation. Like, that's another thing I was paying attention to. Cause they basically was showing you, like, look what all this trauma and look what all this dysfunction will lead up to. And when I looked at that movie this time, I was saying I was not looking at him. I mean, I was looking at it through race in a way. I was looking at it through race. I was looking at it through race in a way where I'm looking at it as a black, a little white boy, and that's how his upbringing was, and he just became a serial killer. But then I'm looking at it in another way too, as look at these little black kids that's running around the streets, taking all these bodies. I'm looking at it like that too. I mean, just because he ain't using a knife and shit, don't make killing another motherfucker less dramatic or whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? Just because these kids out here and they shooting people, they still taking bodies. They still serial killers. They going out here killing everybody. And half the motherfuckers they go shoot up, when they shoot some shit up, they shooting up innocent motherfuckers. Like, I was at the park where he was being bullied because his mom was a stripper. By the little boys, the two little boys. And remember, he caught one of them little motherfuckers by himself. That, matter of fact, that was his first body. He caught that little motherfucker by himself, and he beat the shit out of him with a, I don't know what it was, a shovel or some shit. Until the little boy actually begged him to stop. He begged him to stop, and he killed him. I think that's and Pete, he had the mask on the whole time. The mask, as soon as he put the mask on, his little favorite little clown mask. And remember what I said? Remember what I was telling y'all about the motherfucking clowns, man. Always, every time I'm talking about something and I bring up something about a clown, I always gotta remind y'all, remember what I said about them clowns. I can't remember exactly what I said. It was in old videos. I told you about them fucking clowns. But the mask was a clown mask. And he had the mask on when he first started doing it. And then he even took it off to show the little boy his face. Like, let you know, like, who done this to you. Like, I looked at it a whole nother way when I started seeing that. And then I think they cut another part out. Yeah, because when I watched it the first time, I remember them actually saying to him, like, when something I think happened to his mom, they skipped all this shit on Netflix. They skipped it. They took a lot of the shit, like the traumatizing, actually because when he grew up, I remember on the version I watched, I remember when he grew up, he stopped that's when he stopped talking with his mom. I think something happened to his mom, or his mom told him he couldn't see him no more. They didn't have that in the Netflix version. I didn't see that. It just, he grew up and he was getting transferred, and then that's when he escaped. Nah, in the version I seen, he his something happened with his mom. I think his mom passed, or yeah, something about his mom passing, or his mom saying she wasn't gonna be able to see him no more. Then all of a sudden, that's when he stopped talking. They took a lot of that shit out. I remember all that shit in there. But you know, they edit the movie to make it shorter or whatever. They take some of the shit out because the version I seen back in the day was on a burnout. So it was like basically damn near the movie from the actual movie theaters. It was a little longer. But I remember all that. That's what made him like really go the fuck off after his mom. Something happened to his mom, because that's why the baby ended up going to another family or some shit. Cause they didn't say nothing about that. They didn't say nothing about that. Like it kind of confuses you too, but them not putting that in there. They didn't put that in there. Cause you just think he grew up, then all of a sudden his mom, where's his mom? Like they don't say nothing about her. He go to her grave, vandalize her grave or whatever, put a dead animal on her grave or some shit. But they don't say that she died or none of that shit in the Netflix version. They hold that, they didn't put that trauma in there. But I remember on the version I told you, his mom told me she couldn't see him no more. Some shit was going on or something. And then he still had the same doctor. The doctor basically gave up on him when he got grown. And that was when he basically decided that he was going to turn into who he was going to turn into. So, they was basically setting a trend for a new generation of motherfucking Michael Myers to be running these streets out here. They might be more vocal than Michael Myers, but shit, at the end of the day, these motherfuckers still fuck serial killers. These motherfuckers, like black, white, whatever, Hispanic, whatever. These motherfuckers got bodies under their belt. They go out here now and wild the fuck out. I'm not saying this because of the movie. I'm saying they showed you the trauma in the beginning of the movie to set the stage for what was to become. You know what I'm saying? The fucking bullying, the disrespect of his mom, I guess the whole like sister that was just darting around, the innocence of the baby, the need for protection of the baby, the trauma with this, I guess, boyfriend of the mom, the verbal abuse he was getting from him. He kept calling him a fucking retard, fucking faggot, a fucking he was like, that kid's fucking weird, you're fucking weird, or fuck you got that mask on, you're fucking weird, you're this, you're that, you're this. And Michael was just taking that shit. I ain't saying all little kids should be taking verbal abuse until they kill a motherfucker, no, but you see that, you seen like the kidness in him, the innocence in him before he did all that shit. That nigga just got tired of that shit. And how's most of these kids are now with the like most kids getting bullied in school. I'm telling you, I told you, like you send your kids to school, but you do not know what's going on in the schools no more. You do not know at all. You don't know. Like they're not gonna tell you. Shit, when if had a little bully or whatever, I didn't tell nobody, and that was back then. So I know now they're not talking, and you see what results into that with all these school shootings and shit. These motherfucking kids is Michael Myers in motherfucking schools because they're getting tortured, and the teachers is not doing shit about it. I think some of these kids do go and try to get, like, the teachers gotta see some of this shit, and I think they do try to stop it. But I mean, it's too many kids, and how can you actually stop that? What, you gonna suspend the student? He gonna come back and get mad because he's suspended? I'm suspended for making fun of this little faggot. That's what they're gonna say. They're gonna say some shit like that, and then they're gonna get more angry at the kid that they was making fun of, and then it's gonna escalate. You know what I'm saying? We need to pay attention to this shit, because I never was in it. Like, my high school, we had some white boys in there. It was only like it was only one white family. Out of a school full of thousands of kids, it was only 4 white people, and they all was related. They all was related, and nobody. We laughed at him and shit, cause one of the little dudes was he was like it. I wouldn't have been shocked if he would have came in as a school shooter, but nobody really fucked with him. Like, he used to be in the hallways and shit, acting like he was a race car and shit, like making race car noises and vroom, vroom, changing gears and shit, going through the people and shit. So we just laughed at that shit. We ain't nobody tease him or nothing, call him a fucker or a faggot or a fucker. And their sisters, their sisters had friends and shit. Ain't nobody really bother them. And you could tell if they in that school with all these niggas, they wasn't no high class white people with money and no shit like that. They was PWT, what they call poor white trash. They was just like niggas. They were just white people. They were just white niggas. There was really no need to be like worried of them shooting up a whole rack of niggas. Even though that nigga was weird as fuck though. But ain't nobody fuck with him. Everybody used to be like, man, leave that little white boy alone, man. He was a weird little kid, but he ain't had a Michael Myers effect on him like that. He grew up around niggas, so he knew how to he didn't talk to nobody. And I knew his family members. They lived where my grandma lived. That was his actual cousin. I actually went over there and seen him, and I was like, oh shit. And the little boy cousin that he was, we knew him because he used to have the biggest fucking dogs in the neighborhood. These motherfuckers had Great Danes and shit. And I actually seen him at his cousin's house before, and I was like, oh shit, that's your cousin? And he was like, yeah, that's my cousin. I said, he go to my high school. He was older than him though, but we knew the younger cousin. Like, we knew him by name, we knew his father, we knew all, and we talked to them all the time because we used to always ask them what the fuck kind of dogs are those, and can they jump that goddamn fence, because they damn near taller than the fence. So we used to be we on the way to the store, we used to always talk to them. There was growing up around black people, they knew how to operate. They ain't hang with us or nothing, but you know what I'm saying? I knew of him. He knew of me. Because when some people watch this movie, they're going to be like, you see how the white people turn into the serial killers? Y'all talking about the white people. I'm looking at it, I told you. I'm looking at this movie on a whole nother level. Yeah, you can see how the low average white kid could turn into a serial killer, but you also can see how the low average black kid could turn into the fucking serial killer too. Pay attention to that movie, y'all. Pay attention to society and how it's moving now. And as soon as I come outside, I get stuffy, allergies and shit. But pay attention to how the world is now. I think that movie came out in 2009. I gotta go back and check. And look at the streets now. And seeing all this murder, death, kill in the streets. like they say on Demolition Man, murder, death, kill. Like it's everywhere. Hold up. I was mistaken. That movie came out in 2007. So yeah, it was before 2010. And look all the young people that committed all these crimes since then. People just think, oh, that's just how Michael Myers grew up. Fuck no. A lot of people grew up with that. I mean, some people got lucky and didn't have their mom's boyfriend fucking verbally abusing them. Oh, shit. Fucking walls, dog. I know y'all probably seen that on camera. And these motherfuckers come to spray for these walls and they not supposed to come by the house, man. You paying these niggas for nothing, man. Cause these motherfuckers is coming more. Shit. But yeah, look, some people didn't have mom boyfriends not abusive to them. But I don't like blaming people mamas for the verbal abuse they got from a boyfriend of the mama's choice. But watch the people you choose. That's what I'm saying. You choosing these people. You know how they talk to you. How you think they gonna talk to your kids that's not their kids? That was like, I think showing that was trying to make it basically showing that's what really broke the camel's straw that broke the camel's back, or whatever, how that talk goes. That's what did it. It was how his mom was being treated. It's bad enough he get teased for her in school. But she get talked on as a whore in her own house, and she's paying the bills in front of her kids. I know it's a lot of y'all out there that get that verbal abuse from niggas like that. And I'm gonna go back and forth interchangeably. I'm gonna go to white people and I'm gonna go to black people. I know a lot of y'all get that. I know a lot of these kids. See, that's why I do make my videos age restricted. I mean, I think I shouldn't have did that, because damn near most of my videos, I'm kind of trying to talk to the parents right now. I got a couple that's not age restricted. Like, I even told my nephew, I was like, I don't even think you can watch my videos, because you're not even 18. I don't even think he can. But you know him, I set up my YouTube where I could watch anything. I'm technically 21, so I'm like, okay, whatever, nigga. So you rigged your shit, all that. But I set that up like that because of my cussing. I don't want him here to potty mouth, but that's how I express myself right now. I'm gonna have to stop doing that though, and make him more kid friendly. But I want, cause I like when I heard like when he was in a police car and they was like little 10-year-old Michael Myers. I'm like, god damn, this nigga was 10. My daughter's fucking 10. Like, I gotta sit down and fucking have a talk with her. Do you like, because it's important to me, because mental health, well, I told you, they say is passed on in my family through the DNA or whatever. So in my family, mental health is like how some families have cancer and shit like that, and that pass on and shit. My family is mental health. So I gotta sit her down and actually talk to her about, like, do you get bullied in school? Like, I'm trying to get her to come over here. She's not in school right now, so I've been calling her every day trying to get her ass over here so we can spend some time together alone and go out, talk, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to just be that random ass dad and just be asking her questions. And I could tell, like, you know, when you asking your child questions and the way they answer them, you know, like, when your child want to tell you something when they try to hide something. Like, I know. So, like, and it's like I try to be the law, but then I want my child to talk back to me. Like, if something was to happen, she just come to me and tell me if something happened to her or something like that. I would like her to feel comfortable enough to come to me and say, Daddy, this happened when I was this. Like, I just sit back and listen. Like, I'm not gonna judge you. I'm gonna tell you what I think you need to do after you tell me what happened or what you need to do next time. But I'm not gonna sit there and be like, if this happened, do this. If this happened, do this. I haven't really did that with her. Like I told you, I got mad because I found out her uncle actually gave her a butt whipping or whatever. So I asked several people, and they was like, he should give her a fucking butt whipping if she doing some shit bad. And she said it wasn't just her, it was everybody. So I was like, I was pissed off about it because I never whooped her. So I feel I can't have, and I understand, I can't have that feeling like my child could go over other people's house, do whatever they want, and just because I don't whoop her, he shouldn't whoop her. I was mad, but then now I think about it, maybe she did deserve it. I mean, I always say all that shit, that how many times my aunts and uncles whooped my ass, so I kind of like, okay, you know what I'm saying? I had to eat that one. I had to eat that one because she probably was doing some bad shit, and I believe that the uncles and aunts should be able to discipline the kids. I believe that. Shit, I told you, back in my mom days, they said that if you and your friend do some shit and your friend's mom catch y'all, she whipping both of y'all. She ain't just gonna whoop her child, she gonna whoop you too, and then tell your mom she whooped your ass, and your mom gonna be like, did you whoop her ass? Yeah. Oh, and then she's gonna get another whooping when she gets home. You know what I'm saying? That's how it works. So you would challenge, you would not try to go out here doing some fucked up shit in the neighborhood, because you know everybody gonna whoop your ass. And I kind of respect that in a way. It's not like that no more. You can't touch nobody, kid. You can't talk to nobody, kid. Family members can't even whoop another family member. Somebody brother, like I was just saying. That was my girlfriend's brother. I mean, not my girlfriend, but my baby mama's brother that whooped my child. And I did feel a certain type of way, but now I think back on it, now he probably should have. He probably should have whooped her ass. So the fact that he did, okay, I told y'all I'm gonna bite that one. You know what I'm saying? If you doing some wrong shit, you need to get your ass whooped. So it's just, see, as parents, they changed us in a way where it's like we look at anything our kids do in our eyes, they can't do no wrong for some reason, even when they doing wrong in our eyes. that's raising a whole lot of motherfucking little Michael Myerses though. Cause you couldn't tell that nigga a mother nothing wrong with what he was doing. Like, he killed that nurse in the hospital when they was just there, and she was just asking him, like, why you do that? Why you do that, motherfucker? The doctor telling you, like, even when they wanted to when they found the pictures and shit, and they wanted to evaluate this little nigga, she just basically was like, why do we need this? Why do we need this? Did you see the pictures, man? They gruesome. And he was killing all these animals and shit. Putting them on display. He was putting them on display. But to her, like I said, what they did to us as parents, to her, she just like, that's not my boy. My boy ain't do that. You know what I'm saying? And then we all look at that. Oh, you see how white people are? No. Look how you motherfuckers are as black people too. Go check your fucking child. If your child is under 18 but older than 10, shit, fuck it. If they got a phone, period, and they under 21, go look at that fucking Instagram. Go look at that Instagram. Go look at that shit. You gonna see some shit that I'm guarantee you gonna see some shit that you like, what the fuck? You scared. You know how they say don't check your girl phone or some shit like that because you're gonna find what you're looking for? Go check your kid's phone. You won't find what you're looking for, and worse. Trust me. You gonna find some shit. What was you doing at that age? The world is 10 times different now. What was you doing at 15, 16? What was you looking up? We live in a death culture. Even the little girls that used to, alright, most parents, fathers mostly, like when they look at their little daughter phone, they just don't hope they thought out in the streets or whatever. Most of these little girls now, they in the death too. I kill that bitch, this, I shoot that bitch. I seen, like, I had to stop. You know how you watch a video, and then after you watch like one or two of them of the same videos, and these is recent videos from different cities of fucking people like having shootouts in different cities and shit. So I was like, something told me like, look, man, you need to start watching this shit. Because it started, like, you know, the algorithm, it started sending more of them to my phone. So I'm like, god damn. And they not old. They like a year or two ago, months ago, days ago. They just pop up. So I had to stop watching that shit to get that shit off my phone. It's not, like, for real. Yesterday, when I turned on my phone, it said, watch woman shoot man point blank in the chest. Like, god damn. I ain't even watched that shit, but I had to scroll past that shit. I was like, look, I'm not about to. I told myself I'm not gonna watch this shit no more. This shit is all over. You know what I'm saying? It's women doing this shit too. And we could go to the foundation. What they always blame. They always blame the man. Oh, it's the man's fault. It's the man's fault that the children's out of control. And then, I mean, I'm not trying. I understand we in the matriarch time and blame the woman. The woman is raising a child. Even if it's a female and a woman's raised, because they say that a woman can't raise no man. But even if we look at it as a female, what's making these females so violent? And a lot of the times, I always say we can't. They say we can't blame the woman because the woman trying their best, and I understand that. But some of the women that's trying their best is out here in the streets doing the same thing. Then fucking kids just seeing what they doing. They gangster, so their kids gangster. Some people come from good backgrounds and don't have to live this life and choose to because they think it's exciting. It's people that really think the hood life is exciting and they want to live it because it's like a TV show. They see it on TV. They think it's all good. I lived in the hood. I was raised in the hood. I was trying to escape that shit every possible second I can. So when we got out of it, I was shocked. Like, when we actually got out of it, when I was around the same age as my child, I was 11. We used to sit there playing with toys and shit and just hear gunshots. Everybody running except for the little kids. Man, that's normal, dog. Parents go getting all emotional. Hurry up, y'all running today, y'all get. We like, man, that was on the other street. Yeah, it was right there, but man, that's how we was, and we went right back to the same spot, started playing with our toys and shit. It was just that fucking normal. It was just that fucking normal. That shit was not like, if nobody pulled a gun directly on us, we wasn't running. And y'all motherfuckers that live in good neighborhoods, y'all run to the fucking hood and wanna and brag about my neighborhood good, my neighborhood gangster, my neighborhood, we hear gunshots every night. Man, dog, that shit was traumatizing as a kid. You don't know who just got killed, cause you know everybody around that motherfucker. I told you my brother friend, he was just graduated from high school. He's a good dude. He didn't even come outside like that. He got killed for wearing the wrong fucking clothes as the nigga they was looking for. They just had the same, you know what I'm saying? I think it was some mistaken identity shit. They weren't really looking for him, but it could just be some simple shit like that, man. I ain't even want to put that part on the video, but that's. But I'm just saying, like, you could get shot for anything. But people brag about this shit like this shit is like glorifying. But then you got a whole lot of little Michael Myers and fucking Chucky's and Annabelle's and fucking super serial killer kids running around murking adults, old ladies. They killing everybody. In all races. No one's fucking. You can't even live your normal life and go to the store and shop. You can't. Without looking over your shoulder saying that dude looks odd. What is he coming in here for? Wearing camo and a helmet. You better fucking run. First of all, for a nigga to come out the parking lot and make it into the store with a fucking rifle or anything, that's fucking suspicious. I remember I was at my nephew's school. The fucking police pull up there, and they pull up 3 cars deep in a rush. I'm thinking something going on. I get out the car. I'm the only one parent to get out the. I'm not even that. That's not even my child, but I'm the parent to get out the car to try to see what the fuck is going on. I'm asking the teacher that's there, hold on, what's going on, man? Like, why is this police here? Why the ambulance come? What's going on? You gonna think that shit when you see that, especially them rushing in there like that. Damn, they about to pull out their guns. You think somebody, because at the end of the day, anybody could come up there. So even like if it was like a shooter or something, they could come up there where all the kids meet at. So you don't know what's going on. I'm wondering what's taking them so long to let us in, and then the police just come. So I get concerned. Like it's people that's really in these cities that's living in these cities, and they don't want their cities to look like this. I mean, they probably like all these old rappers and shit that's talking out against it now. They probably glorified it back in the day to let y'all know how tough that city was. To, I guess, boost up their street what is it? Street cred or whatever. But come on, man, these niggas in their 40s and 50s now. They can't think like this no more. I know it was cool to them back in the day when they in their 20s and 30s and shit. I still don't understand how they was in that. When I got in my 20s, I was working too much. I wasn't caring about street cred. That was some teenage shit to me. In my 20s, I was just thinking about feeding my family. What's up, So now they're in their 50s and they got grandkids. They trying to make a change, but y'all should have been doing that shit from back in the day. Y'all knew what the fuck was wrong with y'all places. Instead of glorifying the drama and glorifying the horror that was going on, watching the little Michael Myers and the little Chuckies run around, y'all should have been doing something about this shit. And I'm not saying you should go and try to be a super saver, like you be Superman and shit, because I know a lot of them niggas would have probably got caught up in the crossfire too. So I can't blame them for that. In a way, I can't blame them. But we all know when something's wrong. If my mom wouldn't have got us out where we was when we eventually was getting raised at, I wouldn't be here on doing these videos. I would probably even be locked up or dead by now. I would have been forced to live a life that I knew I didn't want to live. But then some people like, well, you don't have to live that life. It is people that come from the hood that don't want to live that life. Most of the people I know that come from the hood, they don't want to live that life. They don't at all. A lot of people got escapes. A lot of people want to escape. A lot. And I tell you like this. If you born from the hood and you like a little kid growing up to a teenager, before you get influenced by the streets, some of these niggas get influenced by the streets as kids, but before them OGs or whatever pull you off the porch and start giving you the game, like a lot of them, like they was doing that to me. My brother would not allow them niggas to fuck with me. Like, that's one thing. That's why I said I look up to him. Like, I be doing my little thing. I be doing some. I told you I be playing hockey and shit. And they was looking at me, what the fuck is wrong with your little brother? The nigga, he could play basketball, but why is he trying to play hockey? That's that white people shit. Like, I was doing other shit. We was playing Power Rangers. We was doing all types of shit. He was like, dog, he just kept telling niggas, leave him alone, yo. My other brother was getting influenced by that shit. And they liked that. They liked it because I don't know. They feel it's a credit under their belt or some shit. I don't know. To put another little nigga in the street, but he did not let them mess with me. Leave him alone. Leave him alone, dog. Like I remember one day I was rubbing sticks together making a fire, and that shit literally almost turned into a fire. I mean, they did say something about that, dog. Your brother over there making fire and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing shit like that, like outdoorsman wood shit, rubbing sticks together trying to make a fire and shit. I'm doing shit like that on the basketball court while they playing basketball and doing that thing. I'm doing some different shit. I'm reading comic books. I'm doing all that shit. So I was letting them know like I wasn't for that life. I get a little bit better opportunity, but I still was remembering that street life that I came from, because now I'm in a position in the neighborhood that I moved to. I lived that street life, and 90% of the kids I'm around did not. So that's when the joning or the ranking, whatever y'all want to call it. I told y'all we from Maryland, we call it joning. Nigga, if you can't joan, you ain't gonna survive. The joning came in. I told you most of my jones on me was my clothes and my mother on Section 8 and shit like that or whatever. That's it. You know what I'm saying? I had the girls. You could say I was ugly. I ain't had no girls. I had the girls. They couldn't say shit like that. Couldn't call me overweight or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't have the typical Jones. So it'll fall flat, because it'll be probably one or two other kids, and they would be poor, and they would get offended by what somebody said, and they'd chime in and jump on my defense sometimes until I learned how to joan back. You know what I'm saying? I had to learn how to joan back. And from where we from, it's not even like true factual shit all the time. The joning shit is not even true factual shit. You just gotta say some funny shit, dog. You gotta just make some shit up and sound funny, dog. It's not even real live shit. Like, it was this dude, right? I'm gonna say one joke that I remember from back in the day. It was some other kids, and they was like pulled too, I guess. I didn't know it until they was joning, because I thought all them from around that neighborhood was rich, so they going on each other parents and shit. These niggas know I'm talking about them though. So it was one dude joning on the other dude father, right? He said, "Why your father got a parallel?" He said, "Why your father always pull up in that bike and got a parallel pocket in the driveway like it's a car?" So I know this right. He said this nigga be putting his signals on and everything, like. So these two niggas was like the best ones in the neighborhood, right? So then the other one say, "Why you always coming to school with cut up jeans and cut up shorts and shit? Cause y'all don't got no AC in the house, and that's the way you get AC." Like, it was like, to me, them Jones is funny, cause it's like you kind of get personal, but then you get funny, cause you. I know that shit ain't probably funny to y'all, but that shit was funny to me when I heard it. It was much more funny as shit. Cause niggas just be going wildin' out here. Like, niggas be wildin' out here with the shit. They say all types of shit that's not even true, but the shit be funny. But this shit they was going in on each other families, yo. Like, their fathers and their mothers and shit. And I'm telling you, like, that's how you get ranked, dog. I heard one of my homeboys, or one of my mans, we had problems in the past with that neighborhood we moved to, but it's all love, though. But I heard one of them is a stand-up comic, And I swear I'm looking for this nigga, dog, because he deserves it. This nigga was funny as fuck. He was always, I knew him from elementary school, all the way to high school, all the way out. And this nigga was always, he was like I said, he was like me. They didn't have the money or whatever, but he had to learn how to raise himself up. And my other man from my grandma neighborhood, he's a comic. He got a YouTube and everything. His name Eddie. He actually seen his stand up. Which I can't remember. I'm subscribed to him, so I'm gonna go through it and I'm gonna drop his link. I see he do lives and shit with his homeboy. He actually man, we used to fry this nigga. And that's what I say, you gotta learn how to survive. And I guess he was a big black nigga, and we used to fry this nigga. Eddie, the fact when I was watching him, you know what I'm saying, his style of comedy is like more on the like democratical type side in a way. But I don't know. This nigga from the hood though. And my man Eddie, dog. Shout out to you, dog. But that's how he got as funny as he is now. Cause we used to fry this nigga up. And he'd just be standing there so mad he'd go home. He'd get fried and then go home. He ain't even say nothing back. Now he's out there doing this shit for a living, and that's what it takes. You get fried until you just had enough. I want to shout out another nigga, but he ain't a comic, but he should be, because I told y'all, I said this in an older video. He was getting fried for his weight, cause that's all this nigga was still getting bitches. He was getting fried for his weight. Until he started frying people back, and then nobody fucked with him that next year. All the way else through high school. From 9th grade he got fried. Why your shoes leaning? Why your shoes leaning? And then after that, he'll fry you up. He won't even probably say some truthful shit to you. He'll just observe some shit, say some shit, but then it'll be so fucking hilarious. Niggas, them first couple of niggas that tried to get at him, they used to fry him up. But them first niggas that tried, they didn't fuck with him no more after that. They didn't fuck with him no more. Like the big people in our school that was like, you would look at them as bullies or whatever, like they big, they real big. That was the friendliest people in the school. They was the most friendliest people. They weren't bullies. They weren't trying to be bullies or none of that. They was like real innocent people. They probably got joned on a lot, and then they learned to come back to Joan, because that's what that school was about. The school was about just joning, dog. But damn, I was talking about, that's part of the Michael Myers effect. Survival. It's like basically you gotta evolve into the environment. Like, we used to joan a lot, but when I got into school and I learned that, look, you ain't gonna get out of this shit if you don't protect yourself or talk back, or make them respect. You don't have to make them respect you by fighting everybody. You gonna get into your little scrapples or whatever, your little scraps, and fight. You know what I'm saying? Just to let people know you ain't a punk or nothing. But nowadays, these kids fight in school. Next thing you know, somebody got a gun. You know what I'm saying? Somebody got a gun, somebody getting shot. Back in the day, you was a punk for bringing a gun to a fist fight. Back in the day, you was a punk for bringing a gun to a fist fight. Nigga, you gonna have to shoot me, nigga, cause you got your ass whooped. That's what you would be known for in the hood. That's what we used to say. Now it's cool to just smoke a nigga. Like, you get respect because you smoked a nigga because you lost the fist fight. It all changed. It was no respect for the nigga that brought the gun. Like, nigga, what the fuck you bring the guns? We all know each other. Get your ass whooped like a man. Put them dukes up. Patty Duke it up, nigga. If you lose, you lose. Fight him again another day. You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta pull no gun out and shoot a nigga. Everybody gonna be sad from that shit. Cause you gonna go to jail and then he's gonna be missed by his family and all of us, nigga, that's out here. We all friends. And you gonna be known for the nigga that killed your mans over a disagreement. Because you can't really fight. So you wanna pick up a gun and shoot him. But now, shit, you can't tell these little niggas that. They don't even fight no more. Like, I'm at the position now, I'm not fighting no niggas. I'm a grown ass man. I'm not shooting no niggas either, but I'm not fighting no niggas. I don't got time for that shit. I'm gonna walk away, dog. I'm gonna walk away. Like, I got kids, dog. But if you disrespect me in front of my kids, I might fuck you up. But I'm gonna walk away because I'm gonna show them what a bigger person look like. And there's too many grown folks out here trying to act like teenagers. After Jay-Z did that 40 is the new 20 song, niggas really think 30 is the new teenager or whatever. So when you're in your 30s, you're a teenager. So when you're in your 40s, you're a 20-year-old. Nah, man. We don't need that mentality. We don't need that mentality in life. I don't think I want to put this one up, but I'm going to try to tweak it in a way. Matter of fact, I might just do it all over.